Jody Mahoney, who is the Senior Vice President for Business Development and Corporate Partnership at the Anita Borg Institute. We have Professor Sana Odeh, who is the chair and the founder of ArabWIC, Arab Women in Computing, and also a professor at New York University in New York and in Abu Dhabi. We have also Dr. Kauthar Al-Maghrawi, who is a research scientist at IBM, and also she is the co-chair of ArabWIC. We have also many ArabWIC leaders and members who had the chance to be part of Grace Hopper Conference 2015. So you will get to know them more during our talk. They are Odeh Shakiri, Manar Abu Talib, Dr. Manar Abu Talib, Ala Shaheen, Yasmin Al-Nu'mani, and Fatima Juju, and they will present themselves later on, and they will talk more about their experience. So now let us move to Jody, who will be talking to us about the history and the impact of the Grace Hopper Conference. So now I will try to unmute Jody. So Jody, I unmuted you, so please welcome and please go ahead.
Thank you so much, and let me just take a moment and to everyone that's on the webinar and to my colleagues, wish you the best for 2016. May it be a wonderful year for each of you. So thank you very much for inviting me. I'm quite honored to be here. And I'm happy to talk about the history and impact of the Grace Hopper celebration. And if people have questions, they can send questions. So let me just give you a bit of brief history. For those of you that don't know, Dr. Anita Borg was quite a well-known computer scientist from the same school that Sana is a computer science professor at. She got her master's degree at New York University. She worked for a number of companies, and in the early 90s she attended a conference, a technical conference, and was one of the few women there. She met a couple of women in the women's restroom, and there were no other women present, and she decided to take matters into her own hands and to start a couple of things. She is the original founder of Sisters, as you know, the largest online community of women in computing in the world, and she also founded the Grace Hopper Celebration with her then closest friend and colleague Telly Whitney, and I believe that Maria Clave was also involved, and they founded Grace Hopper, which first used to occur, so the first Grace Hopper was in 1992. It occurred every 3 years, and then it went every 2 years, and then about 9 years ago it became every year. It has served thousands and thousands and thousands of women in computing, software engineers, computer scientists, faculty members, professors, and this year in 2015 there were 12,000 attendees, of which approximately 600 to 800 were men. The remainder were women, and for those of you that were able to attend, there were quite a few keynotes. The CEO and founder, Susan Wojcicki of YouTube, Manuela Veloso, who, if you were able to hear or go listen to her pre-recorded talks from, she's a professor from Carnegie Mellon. She talked about the intersection of robotics and artificial intelligence, and I'm still talking about that to other people because I found it so interesting and so fascinating. Chelsea Clinton was there. Jack Dorsey, who's the CEO of Twitter, was there. There were quite a few keynotes, and so 12,000 women in computing. Statistics are just coming out, so while I'm on the phone, I'll look up and let you know. Approximately 4,000 students come from universities. 65 countries were represented, and it was in Houston. It will be in Houston again in 2016. We are forecasting approximately 15,000 people. We're in the process of developing the keynotes now, and I think for many people that attend, the theme is common, especially for the first time. It is the first time that they have been in many rooms in a convention center filled with like faces, similar people that do the same, that occupy the same roles that they do, other women computer scientists, other women faculty members, and it's a very, very moving experience for a number of women. So that's kind of a brief history of the Grace Hopper Celebration of Women in Computing. And in 2010, we decided to launch a second Grace Hopper Celebration in India. So for those of you that don't know, the Grace Hopper Celebration is a program of the Anita Borg Institute, so named for Dr. Anita Borg, and also in conjunction with ACM. We decided to launch a second Grace Hopper in India. This year, 2015, it served 2,300 women in computing. It's a very, very robust community of technical women, and both of the Grace Hopper celebrations, what makes them wonderfully unique is that all of the content, with the exception of the keynotes, all of the call for participation, all of the panels, all of the workshops are driven by the community. They are not, we do some curation, but they are, we get thousands of submissions for panels and workshops, and it is community-based and community-driven, and that, I think, is what makes the Grace Hopper Celebration so remarkable, is the engagement of the community. And I will say that the ArabWIC Sisters community is among the most active. So with that, let me stop for a minute, see if there's any questions, and ask Gita if she would like me to say anything else about the history and impact of the Grace Hopper Conference.
Thank you very much, Jody. So please, if you have any questions, write in the box, in the message box, and yeah, either raise your hand and I will unmute you, and or I will just like take the question and ask it directly to Jody.
Gita, you also asked me to talk about the scholarship process. Would you like me to talk about that now?
Yeah, please, Jody, go ahead.
So what we do is we have a set of scholarships that we offer that are known as Grace Hopper Celebration scholarships, and they are underwritten by the corporate sponsors. And what makes them unique? We have many people that bring scholarship recipients, but what makes the Grace Hopper Celebration scholarships unique is that each one of them, they use a common application. They are reviewed by 3 reviewers. They're ranked based on a host of criteria, and the scholarships are awarded. So, for example, we can award 400, 500, or 600 against, we may receive 1,800 requests, so perhaps a 20 or 30% admission rate. But what makes them unique from other scholarship recipients that attend is that they are reviewed against the same set of criteria by 3 external reviewers in the community. This is one of the biggest places that the community works with us. There are hundreds of scholarship reviewers, and they go in and review all of these scholarships. So there are many organizations. I'll use the Qatar Computing Research Institute as an example, which underwrites Arab women in computing to attend. That is not what's known as an official Grace Hopper Celebration scholarship. It's a scholarship and a well-loved one and well-deserved one, but it does not go through the review process that ABI puts our confirmed scholarship reviewers through. And that's true of many people. Apple brings hundreds of students. Google brings hundreds of students. Lockheed underwrites many, many students, and that's a wonderful thing, and that's what we want. What makes ours a little bit different, not better or worse, but different, is simply that we go through this review process. We try and mimic sort of an academic review, so each scholarship is reviewed by 3 reviewers and selected against the same criteria, and then we stack rank and award scholarships. So that's how we do it. Those are what Grace Hopper Celebration scholarships look like.
Great, thank you very much, Jody, and also thank you for your time, because I know that you will not be able to stay with us all the time. So if someone has a question, like we can take maybe 1 or 2 questions to Jody, and then we go ahead. Yeah, we have Zena who has a question. Zena, I unmuted. Go ahead.
لو تضحكي حاجة اسمك أنا ولا متهيألي ليه؟
We are not hearing you very clearly.
Are you hearing me? My question for Judy is about the scholarship. What's the type of scholarship they provide?
What the type of scholarship that we provide is not an academic scholarship, does not go to a school. It is used to underwrite the attendance at the Grace Hopper celebration. So for an international student, for any student, it would, or faculty member, we have both, it would cover the cost of lodging, food, airfare, and incidental expenses to attend the conference. So that's what the scholarship consists of. It is based on, last year in 2015, if you were a U.S.-based scholarship recipient, the scholarship award was $2,000. If you were an international scholarship recipient, the scholarship award was $4,000. And again, it covers the cost of full attendance and registration and lodging and airfare and food for the Grace Hopper celebration.
Okay, thank you. Sana, you had a question or it's fine? Okay, I don't see your hand raised. Okay, so it's fine. So thank you very much, Jody, for this presentation about the history and impact of the Grace Hopper Conference. We will now move to Sana. Professor Sana Odeh, actually, who is the founder and chair of Arab Women in Computing and professor at New York University and New York University Abu Dhabi, and she will talk to us about ArabWIC participation to Grace Hopper 2015. Sana, I unmuted you. Please go ahead.
And Sana, this is Jody. I'll stay on for probably till 10:30, so if you need to ask me anything, just feel free to.
Okay, thank you very much, Jody. Sana? Hello, Sana, are you able to hear me? Hello, Sana, you are on mute. Hello. Sana, you are unmuted. Hello.
Hi, Ghaida.
Yes.
I think Dr. Sana is logged with many names, so I don't know which one is her.
Yeah, me neither actually, but I'm unmuting all of them.
She says it's SAO1, but actually we don't find you with that name.
Yeah, I'm finding her with Sana at New York University. Okay, so what? Yeah, I found her. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Hi everybody. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I couldn't find my other my other account.
Yeah.
So anyway, I logged with a new one. Thank you, Jody, so much for speaking to us about Grace Hopper Conference and Anita Borg and Sisters. As everybody knows, this is an amazing organization that we are really honored to be affiliated with. And we are very, very much look forward to continued collaboration. And our success is really contingent upon invoking very successful international collaboration. So we are really proud of this partnership. Jody was also instrumental in making sure that we are present on a full scale. So we really thank her so much. I mean, I remember when we did the scholarship we arranged for the scholarship from the QCRI, we did it in like few weeks, and that was a lot of pressure for Anita Borg, but Jody was very keen to include us, and thank you so much, Jody. I just wanted to also say that even though that our ArabWIC QCRI for Grace Hopper is not reviewed officially by Anita Borg, but we do have actually very rigorous review, and our committee that reviews it, it's about 7. These people also review officially for the Grace Hopper. We're all part of these committees, so we're aware of the criteria, and we also use it to approve our ArabWIC QCRI scholarship for the Grace Hopper. So it is still reviewed. And again, thank you for Jody for talking about that. So I am, what I would like to do is talk about Arab Women Computing participation in the Grace Hopper Conference. Again, we have been part of Sisters for the past 3 years, and we are increasingly, every year, we have more participation at the Grace Hopper Conference. And as Jody mentioned, I mean, there are thousands of people that come from all over the world, and last year was 12,000 people. And there are part of the Sisters group, which is actually established by Anita Borg, as Jody spoke about, which is basically the leadership for the conference as well. They have all these organizations that are also affiliated with Anita Borg, like Arab Women Computing, Black Women Computing, Latino Women Computing. So we're all part of the conference, and they help us raise money to have receptions, to have presence. They support us by also having a lot of workshops and panels for us to have presence in this conference. So we had a huge reception that was funded by the Qatar Computing Research Center, the QCRI, and they funded our reception. So it's really wonderful that the QCRI actually support and funds Arab Women Computing by funding the scholarship. So we bring 7 women. This year actually was 6. For the past 2 years, we've been bringing 6 or 7 women from all over the Arab world to come to the Grace Hopper Conference, which is really wonderful for us. And then also we had, you know, the scholars meet top people, they attend panels, they participate in mentoring sessions, they meet a lot of people and form a lot of connections. For example, last year, for the past 2 years, they met with Megan Smith, the Chief Information Technology Officer and Advisor for Obama, and she's really impressive and very supportive as well. And they make a lot of connections, they meet a lot of people, and that's what the Grace Hopper is really wonderful for, is to connect people together. People collaborate, people meet for research. I basically met my co-chair here at Grace Hopper. I met Kauthar, who's really incredible and amazing at Grace Hopper. I also met Bushra, who just got funding for the Morocco chapter, Arab Women Computing, to do an event, and actually Anita Borg helped us to wire the money, and that's really important because otherwise it would be really difficult. So I met a lot of collaborators at the Grace Hopper. That's where I met Jody, that's where I met Rosie Robinson, who actually attended our conference. So it's amazing for collaboration and for finding connections. People get jobs, like also from NYU. We're a gold sponsor as a university, so we send 10 university students, and actually then we funded from outside companies for another 10. And these 20 students who go to the Grace Hopper Conference, they leave with jobs, with scholarship, with PhD programs to apply to, or mentors, and internships. So it's hot, it's amazing. So we do have a reception that's funded by the QCRI where we had 150 people attend. And it was really impressive. We had also people from Google, from Cisco. Jody came from the leaders of tech women also were there. So it was really important to get everybody to hear from the individuals about what brought them to the Grace Hopper Conference. And it's a chance to hear from Arab women computing from all around the world about their interest, about what they hope for, what they want to achieve, about the challenges and the opportunities. We also had panels. Jody actually arranged for me to open up a panel about leadership, global leadership, and that was really a great panel also. And so, which made sure that Arab women computing had a voice also on the conference large scale. And then we also had our own luncheon mentoring sessions where Manara and Odeh led these mentoring, speed mentoring sessions. We also have a huge presence from Arab women that are leading workshops and leading entire panels, and that's also outside of Arab women computing. For example, you know, Kauthar, our co-chair, she was part for years. She was part of the poster session, and she led that. And now she is also a co-chair of the Grace Hopper Conference for 2016. So that these accomplishments are important for us because we're on the leadership of Grace Hopper Conference. Even as ArabWIC, we're on the leadership, which means that we are helping to make this event also a big success. We're also helping with the Africa Conference in 2017. Most of the leadership of ArabWIC on that leadership as well. And we're also hoping, and that's really the best news, is to partner with Anita Borg to do the Grace Hopper Conference 1 in the Arab world. And that's really the biggest exciting news for us, that we have now about 1,500 members globally. We have 17 chapters in 17 countries. And then we have thousands of people that we hope to invite and come and attend our Grace Hopper Conference in the Arab world, and hopefully soon. So, and we're preparing really well with that. And also Anita Borg is very supportive. And so this is really exciting for us. So I'm going to stop here, and if anybody have questions, please let me know. I just want to thank Rita so much for her leadership, for organizing these amazing webinars, technical sessions for us. Thank you, Rita. You're just really a role model and inspiration for all of us. And without you, we wouldn't have been able to have a really great programming. We're having a lot of hackathons. We're having a lot of amazing programs, and we look forward. We're very excited about our programming next year. We're expanding our structure. We have 100 leaders that are doing a lot of events in a lot of chapters. So excited. We just expanded to Sudan, which is really wonderful. This week we're having also another huge event in Saudi Arabia, and we're getting lots of coverage. So thank you, everybody, everyone, all the leaders, everyone, and we need you all to lead. So if you have any suggestions, if you have a role to play, please let us know. We are very open. We're leading bottom up, similar style to the Grace Hopper Conference, where really you are leading and we're following. So thank you, Jody, so much for coming. Thanks, everybody, and thanks, Lida, to you and to your leadership as well.
Thank you very much, Sana, for this presentation. I didn't go through the slides because you went through all of them. So I think that the message was received by everyone, and thank you so much for your presentation. Now we will move to ArabWIC.
Rita, I have one more thing that I forgot to bring, which is the survey, the Arab Women Computing Survey. I really urge all of you to share it individually on your pages, and also follow up with people that left the field, people that are working, entrepreneurs, industry, students, professors, people who also majored in computer science but they left the field, people who work but they left the field. Also urge them to complete it, as we're finding a lot of the surveys are not complete, which means that we have to disregard them. So please make sure to complete them. It takes 10 minutes. And please urge everybody in the chapters and follow up. And also, if you know in your countries other like WAMDA or other electronic lists or Facebook pages, please post it there and keep following up. We really need to get a lot of surveys, thousands of them. So please help us with that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sana. So now we will move to ArabWIC members and leaders who were in Grace Hopper Conference 2015, and we will hear from them. So basically, we will have 5 leaders and members of ArabWIC that they are going to share with us their stories. And what I asked them to do is to tell us what is the thing that they learned, the main thing that they have learned at the Grace Hopper Conference, the talk or the presentation that they enjoyed the most, and the change that happened in their life as women in computing after attending Grace Hopper. So actually I had a lot of slides from them, and apparently they were really like inspired through this conference, but we will try to stick to 5 minutes per presenter, and I count on the presenters for helping me with this. So we will start with Odeh Shakiri. She is the CEO and founder of Enhanced Technologies, and I let her now share her experience. Odeh, you are unmuted. You can go ahead, please.
Hi, Rita.
Hi, Odeh.
Hi, Rita. Hi, everyone. I hope you are hearing me.
Yeah, we are hearing you very well. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you, Rita, for the organization of this event. Thank you, Sana and Jody for joining us. I'm Odeh Shakiri. I'm CEO and founder of Enhanced Technologies, an IT company founded in Morocco, that I founded in Morocco back in 2005 in an incubator, a university incubator. And we are specialized in developing e-government solution for local governments in Morocco. Next. Thank you, Rita. What I have learned from, actually this is the second time I attended Grace Hopper, since I attended back in 2012 when I was part of the Tech Women program, and now and it was at that time like 5,000 participants from all around the world, and this time in 2015 it was like 12,000. It was amazing how the organization was, and the spirit of the Grace Hopper conference. I invite you all to attend in 2016. What I learned is that women can be good as researchers, scientists, entrepreneurs. Since I met a lot of women from different specialties and different parts of, levels of their careers. So no matter what is your nationality, or no matter what is your religion, your ethnicity, or your age, you can do it. Of course, the barriers that we are facing are more social and psychological, but not at all biological. Next. I enjoyed all the sessions, actually. I was like obliged to just cite 2. Megan Smith, of course, the U.S. Chief Technology Officer and Assistant to President Obama, was impressive, and she presented to us all her team, which is composed of women. Of course, some, I don't remember well if it was 9 or 10 women in each in her department. I also enjoyed Professor, and Jody mentioned that Manuela Veloso, professor in computer science in Carnegie Mellon University, who presented a very impressive artificial intelligence. It was also really impressive. There was also the talk of Hadi Pavotti, the CEO of Hour of Code. Actually helped me to organize after that, when I was back in Morocco, the an Hour of Code day for kindergarten students. Can you go to the next slide? These are a few pictures of, yeah, this is one of my pictures with the CEO of YouTube. and the others with the amazing Arab women in computing who got the scholarship with Megan Smith next to our stand, and one of our dinner with Arab women in computing, and the others for a mentoring session that we had during Grace Hopper. Next. Okay, this will be the last slide. I cannot now about the change that will include in my daily life, because I think the outcomes or the effects of Hooper arises months and maybe years after. But I can say that I'm now putting more efforts on communication packages than for my company, because I saw how huge the communication and great the communication is in this event, and the companies attending they're like Google, like I don't know, Facebook, LinkedIn, they use simple things to communicate their messages. So it does not depend on money or how wealthy you are. You can communicate with really very simple things. Also, I'm encouraging parents around me so that they orient their children to science and computing specialties. You can see here the pictures of kindergarten students during our World of Code event that we had on Saturday, the 12th December, and it was like our first event, our of Code event, and we're planning to have more and more next year. If you have questions, you can ask me.
Thank you very much, Huda. We will leave the questions for the time being till the end. So thank you very much for your presentation.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Now we will move to Ala Shaheen. So Ala, please go ahead. I think you are already unmuted, right?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, please, Ala.
Yes. Very much, Ghaida, for preparing this session, and thank you, Sana and Jody, for everything you spoke about so far. So I work as a software engineer in Palestine in Progenitor Technologies. I am also at the ArabWIC Palestine, and also I finished my Tech Women 2015 program. I was actually, for me, the attending of the Grace Hopper celebration was the first time, and I was very impressed actually with everything there. I will talk in more details about it. I consider myself an active member in the tech community in Palestine, and we focus on engaging the youth and especially women to be part of our activities and to help them build their leadership skills and other professional skills. Next, please, Ghaida. Okay, so the session, I will talk about now the main thing that I have learned at Grace Hopper 15. Actually, there are lots of things that inspired me from the first day of attending the keynotes and the sessions, but the thing that makes me very impressed is that actually all the women from around the world, all these numbers of, as you mentioned, the 12,000 women attending from 65 countries, all of them in one place and talking about their experiences and sharing with each other and talking about their challenges and how we can all solve these challenges together. So I found that we, the Arab women in the Middle East, we have no different with anybody else in the world. We have opportunities and we have a lot of experiences that we really need to share, and we need to work more ourselves to be healed. So this is was for me very important to know. And the other thing is the persistence. I learned a lot from this conference that if I really want to do something, that I should really focus on doing it for the last minute of my life, because I saw amazing speakers there, and they all talk about how they got into challenges in their life, but after that they were able to solve it and succeed in everything they're doing. And the third thing is the networking. I was able to meet and talk a lot of people. Like every minute you walk, you find someone from somewhere, and everyone has their own stories. And so it was very amazing to listen to them. So networking and meeting people was something amazing. And the other final thing is that competency. We can actually compete globally, and we have very good skills that we need to work on more so we can be able to compete on a global scale. Next, please. So there are lots of sessions that they were amazing. I can't actually talk about a specific one, but there are many ideas I will mention here. The keynotes speeches were very special because you meet with people who are in high position. Like the keynotes that I liked the best was Megan Smith, the Chief Technology Officer of Barack Obama. It was very inspiring talk. And Susan, the CEO of YouTube, her speech also was very, very inspiring. Hillary Mason, who is the founder of Fast Forward Labs. So all these women coming from different places and different organizations and speaking about women challenges and speaking about the work and everything that they are working on. So it gave me lots of ideas and also lots of inspiration. The ArabWIC reception. Actually, we had a booth at the Grace Hopper and the reception, and it's amazing that we gathered lots of Arab women. We talked and we shared experiences, so it was very, very nice to hear from everyone. And also on each day there was a booth. We were able to talk to many people. The other thing, because I'm a software engineer and I work with local companies in Palestine, so it was nice for me to meet amazing companies from like all the big companies that we hear they were in the career booth. So I met with them, I talked, I participated in code challenges, and I learned code techniques. So it was very good for me to learn these things and go back, and now I'm learning these things in my work. There was sessions for career, some sessions that is 10 to 15 minutes, which actually to go over different tables and get mentored by developers or managers who work in big companies, experiences. And finally, there were sessions about HCI, user experience, which is something I'm interested in, so I enjoyed it a lot. Final slide. So what's changed in my life now as a woman in computing after the Grace Hopper? Actually, the two things that I am focusing on and giving, because as much as we can learn more, at the same time give more to our community. I saw this very clearly in the conference where we all amazing women from everywhere gather together and learn and give to our community back. So in each woman I met there, each one of them is doing something. Even if she's a student, she's an activist in community or a volunteer in something. So it's very amazing to see this correlation between these two things, and this is what I'm trying my best to do now in my community. So that's it. Thank you very much, everyone. And if you have questions, ask me at the end of the presentation.
Thank you very much, Ala, for this presentation. Now we will move to Yasmin. Um, well, Yasmin, let me unmute you. Yeah, you are unmuted, Yasmina.
Okay, hi.
Just,
Hi, can you hear me?
just let me go to your slides. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Yasmin, please.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's an honor to be here talking today about Grace Hopper celebration. So I'm Yasmin. I'm a PhD candidate at Old Dominion University in Virginia, but I live now in California with my husband. And I'm also a social media. I'm a member of the social media committee at ArabWIC. So my Grace Hopper 2015 was my third time to be in Grace Hopper, and so I attended 2013 and 2014 and 2015. I met the ArabWIC chair and co-chair Sana and the Kauthar at Grace Hopper 2013, and I got the great opportunity to be a part of ArabWIC communities. So can you go to the next slide, Rita? So what I have learned from Grace Hopper, actually Grace Hopper is amazing because it gives you the opportunity to communicate with many people and connect to many senior and junior women in computing. All of the inspirations, all of the sessions gives you a great inspiration that you come up with. And you know, actually from I first attended Grace Hopper, I came up with many ideas, like and many, you know, my thinking changed to how to increase the role of women in computing. So I started directly to join ArabWIC, Arab Women Computing, and this year I have learned, like, it's our time to lead. So it's really essential to have computer science, not only for women, it's also for kids, and it should be a fundamental in schools. It should be a fundamental to learn how algorithm works and how the internet works, just as how like a scientific problem should be solved. So right now I'm trying to be a part of Hour of Code. I try to publicize this initiative because it's really important, and also Code for Girl initiative. So yeah, I'm encouraging everybody here, and I talked to the school from like my son's school. I started with my son's school to have this as something essential of the syllabus at school here. So this is what I have learned this year, or what, you know, the new thing that I discovered this year about these initiatives for having coding for kids. As the main challenge, can we go to the next slide? The main change in my daily life as a woman in computing, actually here I got this year with a responsibility, or you know, like with the idea that the future is. I'm going to quote this quote from Clara Sheikh talk. So she said that the future isn't us, like, because if it's not us, then who? So this is what, you know, the most important thing that I got here, or you know, like I thought about here. So everything that I'm able to do, I should do it myself. So I shouldn't wait like some other people to do it. I should take the initiative to start anything. So whatever I can do, I should do it. So we can build what we want. And yeah, so I'm trying to increase my effort to help more women in computing to and having a computer science as a fundamental for kids at school. Can we go to the next slide? So as the talks I enjoyed the most, as everybody has said here, that we enjoyed all of the talks because they are many talks that are inspiring for us, and they are really amazing. But the most one I enjoyed is Megan Smith, because as I said in the beginning, this is my third year at Grace Hopper, so I liked Megan Smith that she was creative in having like some new materials this year. So like, because most of the talks I have heard before maybe, so this one this year it was very new for me. So I liked her innovation in having like something new, totally new, other than the previous year. So she brought, she talked about many projects that they are working on, such as Innovation Nation and ActiveSTEM, and she also brought many young people from her team to describe their projects over there. So it was amazing to meet her and having her in the conference as well, because she used to like go around the conference and inspire everybody and meet us in person. So she is an amazing person. And also I enjoyed very well. I enjoyed very much the reception, Arab Women in Computing reception for sure. And as you see here, this picture for all Arab women in computing in the conference, most of them actually. So yeah, but I enjoyed also every other single moment actually in this conference, because usually most of the time you are communicating with everybody around you, and this is the best thing about Grace Hopper. I got, by the way, before I leave, I got a scholarship 3 times. So if anybody have any question about how to get scholarships, how about the applications and so on, feel free to contact me, because I got scholarship from Anita Borg itself. And that's it.
Okay, thank you very much, Yasmin. And I should also mention that Yasmina has written a long and detailed blog about Grace Hopper, and this blog was really very, very interesting and shared through many websites, including ArabWIC websites. So please, Yasmin, if you can send the link to your blog post on the chat for all the audience,
Yes.
please.
Sure.
And also, if you can send also your email address in case someone wants to contact you directly. For sure, we will open the questions and answers session. But in case we weren't able to cover all the questions, please also send your email address. Thank you, Yasmin.
Yeah.
Okay, now we are moving to Manar. So, Dr. Manar Abu Talib. So, yeah, let me just go to Manar's slide. Yeah. Okay. Manar, can you go ahead, please?
Yes, hi everybody. It's just a pleasure to be among these bright ladies. Thank you, Anita, for all the organization. It's very hard working from your side to have all of these awesome women in the same presentation. So thank you so much.
Manar, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we don't hear you very clearly.
Okay, so I wanted to thank you, Aida, for organizing this and having all these pride, and also ladies, around 8 or 9 ladies in the same presentation. This is a big effort, and we are so grateful to you. So my name is Manar. I'm professor in the University of Sharjah. At the same time, I'm leading the Emirates Digital Association for Women, and I'm also the leader for the ArabWIC for the United Arab Emirates. So next slide. So we have so many lessons, and my colleagues, we just said it all. Maybe I would be wrapping up and put the summary for everybody. So there are many inspiring lessons, many motivating things, very informative conference. And I would just pick up 3 lessons. Next slide. So lesson number 3. It's just inspiring me when I look to the history of Grace Hopper and how they started. So I know you can go next, because there is animation on my slide. So having having the conference starting with 500 in 1994 and then having the participants increasing a little bit, and it wasn't annually happening. At the beginning, it was biannually. Till we have this year with the 12,000, that makes us everybody to think and to dream big and to set a target and then to insist on the dream to make have it done and to see it becoming true. So the conference by itself and how it has been very successful nowadays, and that they are expecting next year 16,000, it makes me to realize the biggest lesson that we need to insist in our dreams, and we have to be patient. It will happen one day. Next slide. Lesson number 2, to be visible. Seeing these nice groups in the conference that they are regional or Indian or Turkish, so having us as Arab women in computing with the leading efforts that Prof. Sana and Prof. Kauthar have having them and being visible in this conference, this is a target by itself. And I think every woman has in the region of the Arab world to be as a messenger to deliver the message about the potentials that we have in the Arab region for the women in the computing field. That makes a big difference. And having ourselves visible in this biggest conference for the biggest gathering for women in computing, this is a big achievement. And it makes a duty from each one of us who's in the field in each country to deliver and to continue the great efforts and the continuing efforts to let others see us. As my colleagues previously stated, we are no different. We have the same potentials. We can have the same outcomes, and we can contribute even into the global movement. Next slide. So lesson number 1, which is the most important one, is giving back to community. We have knowledge, we have potentials, and we need to, as we are growing with the knowledge and with the expertise, we need to think also about others and how to give back. So this conference actually, they taught me this largest thing about giving back to the community, and we always have to learn how to give back, because we are concerned how to build our skills and to how to enhance our expertise. But sometimes, because we are too busy, we forget to give back to the community. So next slide. So giving back to the community is the wonderful thing that Sana, as a leader, and Kauthar is to have the reception, the mentoring table, and make other women in that region to contribute and to help out to do that duty, and to other also are attending this conference. Next slide up. So in the next slides, you will see so many photos, like the photos that has been shared by my colleagues. We share so many happiness moments, and we were very happy to contribute and to give back, and we are very excited if you look at our faces and trying to do the best that we can. And all of us, most of us are mothers, and we have kids, and we are busy, but it doesn't stop us to contribute and to have other people to talk and chat and have this nice booth and have this nice mentoring table and see other Arab women in different other countries in this conference. Next. I got inspired with so many sessions like my colleagues, as they stated, and mainly it's the keynote speakers. I think because they are really smart putting up the best keynote speakers from different sectors that include the industry. They brought also the entrepreneurs, and they shared with us also from people from academia. I found that this is very smart. They try to satisfy the audience from different sectors, and we have heard so many things from different keynote speakers. So next slide up. You can keep going, because the next slide is just showing the keynote speakers for me, Gasmet, Code.org, the CEO of YouTube. Each one shared personal stories. This is what I like. We felt that they are very close to us, and they shared very touching, informative stories from their personal life, from their work life, from as mothers, as workers, as and how they started small and they achieved their big dreams later. So it's just very inspiring listening to them and learning from them and talking to them in person. Next slide. So the next slide also about the keynote speakers, also from Ericsson and Facebook and Clinton and the professor from academia. Each one and the way that we put it in panels and sharing the knowledge, it's just very inspiring that we are still living these memories till now, and we are still telling people about what we have learned, the different things in these sessions. Also, I get inspired in the next slide about the open sources sessions that got me so much motivated that when I came back, I put up a proposal for funding because I got so many information, especially that I'm looking to have a national program in order to encourage the open source movement in my country. So it just encouraged me to put a big proposal, and I'm hoping to get funded. But it was inspired from that conference. I also got inspired by the career fair in the conference, and I would love to have a pilot in our university having a mini career fair like the one that I see in the course paper. I collected so many links and useful stuff because the students in our universities, they need guidance, they need resources, they need a comprehensive list of companies that it allow them to expand their knowledge, especially if they are doing their internships and searching for careers. So basically, it is very innovative what I have seen implemented as a career fair. So I would love to see the same in the Arab world and in our countries as well. Next slide. So my main change, actually, the time that I went back to my country, and from this first moment that I entered the plan back to my country, like I have full of ideas, and I put a lot of action items in my calendar, and I just want to do so many things, and I put down two proposals, one for the open source, the other one for education for the computer science, so that we can redesign the computing curriculum in the high schools. So I got really inspired to do so many things. Next slide. So I feel that the main change, since I'm getting with so many ideas back with me, so I think I'm a messenger now. Anyone attend this conference, they will feel that I'm a messenger afterwards. And I can see that the people who attended this conference from my region, from United Arab Emirates, last year it was only one, and it was a student, and this year it was 4 from the United Arab Emirates. So I hope that next year it will be, next slide, it will be a community, because there is a little awareness about such conferences in our region. Especially, we have a lot of potentials, we have a lot of power and very positive impact that we could contribute. So making them aware about these conferences and how they really incredibly encourage women in our field, I'm sure we can make it a bigger impact if they are involved. So I got interviewed by 2 TV interviews, just talking about my experience in crossover. And I did an event in my university with my students, so that we told them about our experience and get them inspired and let them know about the lessons that we learned. Because we truly believe that they can do it like us and even much better. So we just need to raise the awareness that we need them. We need them, and we have to do even more to give back to our community. So I sat as a messenger after the press over, and I'm still delivering the messages. whenever and wherever I go. And I hope that, and I think that I made the awareness a little bit higher than before. And I look forward to encourage more women to go to that conference so that they come back with a lot of ideas and with a lot of action items in their agenda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Manar. So we didn't hear you perfectly clearly, but your slides were really good. So I think that like your ideas were communicated well through the slides. So now we are going to have Fatima Juju, who is going to share with us her experience. We don't have any slides for Fatima, so she's going to talk directly. Yeah. Is anyone seeing Fatima? Ala, are you seeing Fatima in the list of attendees? Because I'm not seeing her.
I think she has left. I don't find her either.
Yeah, me neither, actually. Okay, so we will move on.
Yes, she has left.
Okay.
I don't find her.
Okay, so now we will move to Dr. Kawsar Al-Maghrawi, who is the co-chair of ArabWIC, and she's a research scientist at IBM, and she's also she's going to be the co-chair of Grace Hopper Conference in 2016. So we are going to hear from Dr. Kawsar about Grace Hopper Conference 2016, her activities as co-chair for this conference, and also she will talk to us about the Grace Hopper Conference for the Arab World, which is planned in 2017 in Morocco. Please, Dr. Kawsar, go ahead.
Thank you, Rita. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Go ahead, please.
Okay, great. So thank you, everyone, for attending this wonderful webinar. And thanks, Rita, for organizing this. It was really, great to hear all the amazing experiences that some of our ArabWIC members have had, attending the Grace Hopper, and also like be inspired by their stories and their enriching experiences. So thank you all for sharing those wonderful experiences. So go next. Please move to the next slide. So I just want to give you, a brief summary of Grace Hopper 2015 and just some highlights here. And I would like also to mention that this was my 9th time attending this conference, and it's been a real amazing journey for me, watching the conference grow, and I've attended it when I was a student and also when I first joined, IBM, and as I also grow professionally, witnessing, the conference grow from like hundreds to thousands, of participants is just, really inspiring. And the conference is a true, experience. It's kind of the Disney, for women in tech. You basically start, when you start the conference, it's like you're on a ride, and meeting all these, professionals and students and women in technology and computing from all over the world. It's truly inspiring. So in 2015, this was really, the largest conference that we've had. We had more than 200 sessions, and this does not include, lunches and receptions. We also had like a huge amount of submissions, so just imagine, 1,300 submissions, and having to review, each one of those, and only like very few of them made it to the final program. So it's a very competitive, program, and it's really an honor, to be featured, as a speaker in Grace Hopper and to be participating as a panelist or as a speaker. And I think everybody can submit and everybody can have the chance to attend as long as the submissions are high quality and appeal to large audiences. We also had about like 700 speakers and 168 posters presented, and everybody know that we had about 12,000 attendees. So it was really huge, and at both technical with regard to the depth and breadth of topics that were discussed. Next, please. So Grace Hopper features a variety of tracks. And this year, this year we have the conference committee thought about this cool idea of organizing things into clusters. And the idea of every cluster can contain multiple tracks that cover similar topics. And this kind of helps the conference, scale with the large number of parallel sessions that we have. So we have the career track, we have the artificial intelligence, data science, graphics, human-computer interaction, software engineering, productization or product lifecycle, open source, Internet of Things and emerging technology, security and privacy, and career. So if you can see, the topics here cover a wide range of things, but they also touch on things that are timely, that like hot and emerging topics, which is very important. So it really goes, with the current trends and what the community needs at the time. Next, please. So in 2016, this wonderful tradition will continue. The conference is expected even to grow larger. So I think roughly maybe we were expecting about 15,000 attendees this time. The location will stay also like in Houston, Texas. And now, I mean, that the conference has grown bigger, it has become, quite a challenge to find, convention that can host, this large number of attendees. So space will be an issue going forward. And that's why, the committee is kind of, faced with a limited number of places where to host the conference. But this is not, an issue. We always, can find, ABI can always, find a way around that. So the call for paper will be open, late January. So stay tuned for that. And I would like actually to plan a webinar with the help of some of the ArabWIC leaders and members to help us, prepare our ArabWIC members to submit, high-quality submissions before the upcoming deadline. The deadline is around, March. So anybody is interested, in prepare, for such a webinar or share experiences, let me know. I'm hoping that we would increase, our submissions as ArabWIC members, and we can even have a larger, even better, presence at GAC next year. Next, please. So 2015 featured a wonderful lineup of inspirational and influential keynotes, and you might have, like many of the participants today have touched on those. Speakers like Hilary Mason, founder and CEO of Fast Forward Labs, Sheryl Sandberg, the chief operating officers at Facebook, and right now actually, and also Susan, the CEO of YouTube. We have executives from Forbes, the CEO and co-founder of Code.org, Hadi Partovi, Manuela Veloso, who delivered a wonderful speech about robotics as part of society, and Niral Kotub, the founder of iIlluminate. And we also had a very nice performance from iIlluminate. We also had very nice, like some really, wonderful tech talks, and technical sessions. One thing I would think of, data science track was very popular. And I remember one session called, Dear Big Data, Why Isn't My Life Perfect Yet? It was a very, popular, session. Another session as part of the Internet of Things and Emerging Tech was, called with the title Emerging Technologies and Inside Glimpse at the Future. It was also very, very popular and got a lot of likes. So there were so many other sessions, very interesting, and really technical sessions where you learn a lot. Next, please. So I would like to talk a little bit about my role as the general co-chair of 2016. So this year in 2015, I was actually the program co-chair. And when you are a program co-chair, basically the next year you're promoted to become the general co-chair, which is an honor, actually quite an honor for me to hold this position and to help shape and plan for the upcoming largest Women in Computing conference. So as part of my role this coming year is to attend the planning kickoff, and actually we just had the planning kickoff last week. And during this kickoff we decide on the theme, the tracks, ideas also for keynotes, track, co-chairs, who's going to be like all these different tracks. So each track needs to have, co-chairs, and also the co-chairs will be responsible for assembling, the committee that will help them with the review process, which is a pretty intense process given the large number of submissions that we have. We also help, as part of co-chair, assist with any problem tracks, attend the load balancing meeting that happens around May, where we decide on the final programs and who gets, which sessions gets, to be part of the final program. We also help assist with recruiting track co-chairs, provide input for plenary sessions, help also with the programming of once, basically the way this happens, the elected co-chairs for each track with their program committee decide on the final, submissions that will make it, so basically they accept or reject, submissions, and then we take all the accepted ones, and then we basically try to do further screening and decide on the final program. And also help with the call for paper and the review process, and attend the monthly calls for the general GHG updates and discussions. So it is really an interesting journey, and you learn a lot from this. And I hope, some of you will get the chance, to be part of the PC and also help, the planning and organization of this big conference. Next, please. So next, the next, couple of years, this year and next year, we'll be, planning for our next, ArabWIC conference in 2017. And we have decided that it will be held in Rabat in Morocco in July, beginning of July. So planning is underway, and it is led by the ArabWIC Moroccan chapter. And I'm very happy, to announce that we've had a wonderful event, and Odeh actually in the call played a huge role, in making that event happen. So thank you, Odeh. Thanks to Bushra, and thanks to all, like Delila, Sana, and all the members, who made this event happen. Thanks also to Jody, from ABI to help us, with her support for helping us, with the sponsorship and making, the basically the reimbursement and all the financial stuff work with the ACM in Morocco. So the first event that happened in Morocco this month kind of paves the way to the next, conference, which helped us also, establish presence. And this event also was highly, publicized in the media and the news and TV. So it's really a good, start and kickoff for the ArabWIC Moroccan chapter, and it will help us tremendously with fundraising and with establishing connections with the local government and also with the local industries and universities. So as Sanat mentioned, we would like, this conference to be the great hopper, in the Arab world, hopefully, with the support from ABI and ACM. And a planning committee has already been formed, and we will start, bi-weekly meetings in January 2016 to start the planning. So your help is highly appreciated in this process. We need all the help we can get to make this conference a big success. Next, please. So, and I would like, finally to share, that I've had, wonderful memories from the Great Hooper Conference with ArabWIC members. They're the ones that made, my experience, memorable, and I will cherish these moments forever. So we had wonderful, meetings and events, and basically it's just, the spirit of the community, being part of this community is just, I have no words to describe it. And everybody mentioned, the key thing, the key highlight from this conference is just the sense of community, being part of the community, being strengthened by the community, taking and giving back to your community is just a great, experience. And I hope, that every one of you will have the chance to attend the conference if you haven't had in the past, and even, to also attend, the next ArabWIC conference and help us to connect more and grow stronger. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kawthar, for your presentation. Now I will move to Fatima because she came back. So yeah, Fatima, you can talk, but please be brief because we are already ahead of time and I want to leave like 10 minutes for questions and answers. So Fatima, please go ahead. You are unmuted.
Okay, hi everyone. Do you hear me now, Odeh?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I want to thank ArabWIC and QCRE for giving us this tremendous opportunity to participate in Grace Hopper 2015. And I want to share with you some thoughts that we've learned during the Grace Hopper conference. So the main thing that inspired me and pushed me in Grace Hopper conference that we learned a lot about Sisters open source project, and I recommend our software developer to contribute to this project in order to improve their visibility. I had the chance to connect with the Twitter women engineers and learn about the recent open source project like Scala Service Framework, Finatra, SDK, Fabric SDK, and so on. So I've attended also one of the most important technical workshop about machine learning, where the panelists discussed some amazing story example of how it's changing the world around us, how big data and machine learning offering many opportunities for students and entrepreneurs. What session I like the most are the intelligence artificial keynote, the hardware hackathon. I've attended this hackathon for the first time. Also, I've been to Android mobile app design and development data science workshop. I enjoyed our ArabWIC lunch table where we had the chance to discuss different challenges we are facing in our IT industry. Also for software hackathon, and we had the chance to learn about the different technology, open source technology that we could apply in our daily life. After the Grace Hopper conference, I decided to work hard on my technical skills and prepare myself for one of the most difficult interview for Google interview. I bought two amazing work book, Cracking the Code Interview and Introduction to Algorithm, deeply technical books focusing on software engineers skills. So I want to also improve my leadership skills, and that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fatima. So now it's time for questions and answers. I think we have 10 minutes. I'm seeing Nidal. She's raising her hand since a while, so she will go first. Nidal, I will unmute you. You are unmuted. Please go ahead. Nidal.
Was that Ghada who was talking just a while ago? Actually, I was just thinking, do we have to submit a certain paper study in order to apply for the conference and be eligible, or do we get to attend as some like typical attendees? That's basically it. Thank you.
So let me rephrase your question and you tell me if this is right or wrong. So your question is that should we submit a paper in order to attend, or we can just attend as attendees, right?
Exactly that. Yep, that's exactly what I want to say.
Okay, who can answer this? Sana or Kauthar? Can someone from you both answer this? Sana, I unmuted you, and Kauthar, you are already unmuted. You can unmute yourself, I think.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
We can hear you. Yeah.
So basically, there are several scholarships. Like Grace Hopper offers scholarship. There is also the QCRI scholarship that we're hoping we can also get, their funding and support this year. So for QCRI, we have an application that you have to fill, and this includes basically, your background, talking about, yourself. You write a little, short essays describing, what you've done. Tell us about yourself, your impact. How have you impacted the community? Have you done anything, as part of ArabWIC? So it's just a series of questions that you answer. So it's not really, a formal essay. So this is what we've done for QCRI, and some of the, participants here that have done it can maybe tell you more about that. For Grace Hooper, there's also an application process that you go through. So just keep, stay tuned, for all the call for participation and call for scholarship applications that will be posted on the website. The GAC, website will feature that. We'll also be, advertising them through the ArabWIC, social media. So just keep an eye on those. And there is, an application process that you have to fill. So it's basically a set of questions. You also we also ask for recommendations, so people to recommend you. So that's the typical process that you go through. And if you are interested, once you see the application process, let us know. We can help you. So if you would like, apply for a Grace Hooper scholarship, there are many ArabWIC members who will be able, who will be very happy, to mentor you through that process. I have done personally, I have mentored some members who applied and got accepted and attended. So just let us know and post, to our, Facebook page with questions, and you'll be amazed that you'll see many people very, willing to help you.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. And this, like the call for participation, it's
I would like to also add that we, Arab Women Computing, in collaboration with QRCI and Anita Borg, offer 6 scholarships that you also submit to go to the Grace Hopper conference.
So I heard.
Yeah, so that also you can submit to that as well. The other thing is that there is also volunteering. Like you can, for example, go and volunteer and they'll pay for the registration for you. Other thing is that try to talk to companies, try to talk to people in
exactly, yeah.
to sponsor you. For example, like I said, New York University, we support 10 women, but I also help the women to get another 10 scholarship to go to the Grace Hopper conference. So be active yourself. Go talk to, know who gives money, like companies like usually Google, Microsoft, Cisco, all these companies or any other company or university. Speak to your university. This is really important to have them sponsor. The other thing is that since the Grace Hopper conference, the international one, is going to be really huge, next year will be 15,000. What I would recommend also is we really need to work on our own Arab Women Computing Conference, the Grace Hopper. That's going to be very relevant for us. So let's try to get as many women to this conference as possible. Believe me, the international one is important, but the one that we will do for the Arab world will be amazing because it will cater to us. So it should be in the back of our mind to try to, in next year, in 2017 it'll be our first, but then after that we'll do it after we get organized. We'll do it in different countries, and we'll have it every year. And it should be, we should really reach the first year, it should be 1,000, but then in the next year it should be thousands of people, and we will have a large career fair and so on. So I would recommend that also work hard on ours and have many people attend as well.
Definitely, definitely.
Thank you, Sana and Kausar. I have a small question concerning the participation to Grace Hopper. Are there 2 different applications for participating as an attendee and for participating as a panelist, for instance, or a speaker?
I think Go ahead, Kausar.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. So there is a submission process, where you submit, for example, a panel proposal, or maybe a bird of feather proposal, or a technical talk. So that is a different, process. Then there is a scholarship, where you submit to get a scholarship to participate. So there is the different tracks if you want to be participate as a speaker, or if you want to just get a scholarship. So these are 2 separate, applications that you have to go through.
I see.
But also, if you got accepted as a participant in one of the panels or the let's say workshops, you're not funded. You still have to fund yourself.
Yeah.
So, and also there is the fees for, usually it will cost about $2,000 for you to go to pay for the registration for the conference. And we can help you. We can, I mean, again, as Kauthar said, we're going to make a committee for the Grace Hopper conference to make sure to get people to submit technical papers, to submit posters for the students, and so on. So stay tuned with us. We'll have a committee for the Grace Hopper, and we will make sure that as many people get to go, and we will help you with that as well. The main important thing is for you to submit for the scholarships, and also our scholarship, because our scholarship is fully funded. And that's why I think the scholarship for us, not only that we pick excellent women really competitive in their field in terms of entrepreneur, industry students, and professors, but also people who are leaders, who are showing us that they're leading Arab women computing, that are giving back. This is really important for us, a sign that we want to invest in people who will become leaders and come back to their communities and do more things to lead. So everybody looks for leadership, for leaders. So we need, because we get a lot of excellent application, but more than to distinguish yourself is to really show that you are leading and you're helping your community in advancing their issues and helping yourself too. So this is something key to take back as well, is that giving back is really essential because it improves you, your leadership skill. Even working now, when we want to hire people, we look for the leadership skills. So whether it's academia, whether entrepreneurs. So this is something to keep in mind, is that, you know, how do you do that? How do you improve your leadership skills? Is by leading. And you can see, like, we had 100 leaders, and then we can see now that there is 30 who are excellent proved for Arab women computing, that they're just leading in an amazing way. I mean, look what Ghida is doing. This is an example of leadership that developed in front of our eyes in the past, just, you know, in less than a year. So, I mean, for me, Ghida is one that I will definitely promote for next year to get a scholarship. So, again, these are things to keep in mind. And if you want to promote it also for jobs, for anything, it's the way that you're leading, it's the way that your community is recognizing your leadership is a great thing. So that's really something that you want to keep in mind as well.
Okay, thank you very much. I see that Zena has a question, so it will be the last question. Zena, please go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, I hear you.
Zena?
Yes.
What is your question? If you are not able to speak, please write it in the chat box, and I can ask you.
Can you write the question under questions, and Ghida will repeat it? Write the question in the question window.
Okay, I will write it on the chat. Okay.
Fatima, do you have any question? Do you have any questions, Fatima? No, not apparently. Okay, so let me wait for the question from Zena. Yeah, and in the meanwhile, we are here on the side that you are showing, you are seeing now. We have the website of ArabWIC, we have the Facebook channel of ArabWIC. So please, like, go regularly to this website, and please like this Facebook page, and we post there all the updates, including the call for Grace Hopper Scholarship and for participation, and also for different events that we do online and also in different countries. And please make sure that you go also to the Facebook page for the local chapter, of ArabWIC and you like it, and there you can see also a lot of interesting events. We have been doing a lot of technical workshops, networking events, hackathons in many countries, so you can really be part of it and stay tuned on these events. I didn't see anything from your side, Zana, yet. Do you want to ask a question?
Yes, I asked. I put the question on the chat. The question is about Festival 16, when and where it will be.
Yeah.
In Houston, Texas. It's going to be basically the week from the 18th to the 20th in Texas, Houston, Texas in October. So it's in Houston, Texas in October, basically the third week of October.
Okay, so it will be in Texas in the third week of October, Zana. I have another question from Reem. Reem, I will unmute you. Reem Hannah. Please go ahead, Reem.
Yeah, I just didn't get clearly what are the other association or institutions that are going to give scholarships for this opportunity for Grace Hopper, apart from ArabWIC Week. These are some others associations.
The other one is the official Grace Hopper Conference. They give about 400 scholarships, which are supported by Google and Microsoft and Facebook. So you still submit those scholarships through the Grace Hopper, and we will be announcing that, and we will form a committee to help people to apply, and we give recommendations. So the largest one, which is about 400, I'm sure next year will be more, is through Grace Hopper, the Anita Borg officially, which basically they get funding from all the big companies. So you apply to that, and then the other one is basically us. But you can also go to individual companies in your area and try to pitch, to try to get them to support you. Your university, your companies help also. So try to do it locally as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, we will try to organize a next webinar, as Kauthar and Sana suggested. Maybe in the future we can put together our efforts and organize a webinar, especially for mentoring people to apply to scholarships or to get to scholarships their own way through conferences and local universities as well. So I would like to thank everyone for taking part of this webinar. Second ArabWIC Tech Talk webinar, and hope it was useful. We have registered this webinar, so I will upload it on YouTube. We'll provide the link to everyone. We will write a blog post about it and post it on our Facebook page and hopefully also on our website. So in case you have missed anything in the talks, maybe the quality of the communication wasn't great sometimes, you will get to know more the content through the blog. So thank you very much everyone for joining, and have a good day or a good evening, and see you in the next talk.
I just want to also thank Rida so much for her excellent leadership. This is the second technical webinar for ArabWIC, and she's been doing an amazing job. So please, everyone, help me to thank Rida. Thank you so much. We're so proud of your role and what you're doing for us. Thank you. You really are role.
Thank you very much for all of you. Thank you, Sana. Thank you, Kauthar. Thank you, everyone. It's my pleasure. Okay, so have a great day, great night, and yeah, talk to you soon in another Tech Talk. Bye.